Good morning, students. The next concept is concentric circles. The circles with same center but different radii. Circles with the same center with different radii are called concentric circles. See this diagram. In this diagram, you can observe all the circles, all the three circles are having same center but with different radii. These type of circles are called concentric circles. Circles with the same center with different radii are called concentric circles. Now let us consider. Let S congruence x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 be the given circle. Now let us think about the circle which is concentric with the circle. Now if there is any circle which is concentric with this circle, centers will be same. So the equation of concentric circle with the given circle S is equal to 0 is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus some k is equal to 0, because there will be no change in g comma f value since centers must be same. If this is a concentric circle with the given circle, then there will be no change in the values of g comma f, because they must have same center, but radius is different, so that there will be change in the constant. So the equation of concentric circle with the given circle x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus some k is equal to 0. That is the concept. Now some important results. Now let us think about the circle having. Now let us think about the circle passing through the origin. Circle passing through the origin. This type of circle. Now it is passing through the origin. Now we have x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is the general form of the circle. Now this circle is passing through origin. That means it has to satisfy 0 comma 0. Let us substitute 0 comma 0 here. 0 comma 0 implies 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus c is equal to 0. So you will get c is equal to 0. So if a circle passes through the origin, then there will be no constant in that circle, that is c is equal to 0. So required circle is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy is equal. Now if a circle has its center on x-axis, then the y-coordinate of the center is 0, because on x-axis y is equal to 0. So its center will be minus g comma 0. Since the center of the circle is minus g comma minus f, it lies on x-axis, so that it will be minus g comma 0. Now that means value of f is 0. So equation of circle having center on x-axis is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus c is equal to 0. That is the circle having center on x-axis. Now think about the circle having center on y-axis. Center on y-axis means its x coordinate is 0. So it will be 0 comma minus f. That means the equation of the circle having center on y-axis is x square plus y square plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. That is the required circle having center on y-axis. These are very, very important concepts. Next, say these diagrams. In first one, a line AB has intersected this circle at 2 points. If a line intersected this circle at 2 points, then that line is called a secant line. So this line, this entire line is called a secant line. Now in second diagram, there is no line in that one, but there is line segment. Now here AB is a line segment. That line segment is called chord of the circle. Line segment drawn through any 2 points on the circle is called chord of that circle. Now if the chord passes through the center of the circle, then it is called diameter of the circle. Now in this, diameter is the largest chord that you can draw on the circle, and you can draw infinitely many diameters passing through the center of the circle. So now AB is the chord which is the largest chord that is passing through the center of the circle. It is called the diameter of the circle. Now, if AB is the diameter of the circle, then midpoint of AB is always equals to the center of the circle. Now you can see if A x1 y1 B x2 y2 are 2 points on the circle which is the extremities of the diameter, then you can say that the center of the circle Cx comma y is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. And remember that if small r is the radius of the circle, then diameter is the twice the radius of the circle, that is 2r. So d is equal to 2r. Now another important concept. If a line touches the curve at exactly one point, if a line touches the given curve at exactly one point, then that line is called a tangent to the given curve. Now here you can take any curve. If a line touches the curve, then it is called a tangent. Now here you can see a line passing through the point P touches the curve at the point Q. Here the curve is circle. If a line touches this circle at exactly one point, then that line is called a tangent to the circle. Now this point Q is called point of contact. Q is called point of contact. A line which touches the curve at exactly one point is called tangent, and the point at which the line touches the curve is called point of contact. Now remember that a line passing through the point of contact and perpendicular to the tangent at that point is called normal to the curve. So here you can see there is a line passing through the point of contact and perpendicular to the tangent at that point. That line is called normal to the circle. So this is the tangent and this one is the normal to the curve. So first point is a line which touches the circle at exactly one point is called tangent. So this is the tangent to the circle. Now the point Q in the diagram is called point of contact. So this point is called the point of contact. This line is called the tangent. Now another important thing, this length PQ is called length of the tangent. That is more important thing in this concept. So this length PQ is called length of the tangent. Here we are going to find the length of the tangent. Now you have, here it is 90 degrees. Here it is 90 degrees. And consider this line CP. Now from right angled triangle, from right angled triangle CQP, you can say that CP square is equal to CQ square plus PQ square. You can apply Pythagoras theorem in right angle triangle by using that CP square is equal to CQ square minus PQ square. Now you have PQ square is equal to CP square minus CQ square. So PQ square is equal to CP square minus, what is CQ here? It is the radius of the circle. So CP square minus R square. CP square minus R square is nothing but the power of the point, that is S11. So PQ square is equal to S11. Therefore, length of the tangent PQ is equal to root S11. Very important concept. So length of the tangent that is drawn from a point to the circle is root S11. You know how to find the value of root S11. So we have to just substitute the point in the given circle.